Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
And I am excited.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not wearing a mask.
That's for after I see the movie.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair.
It's right there. It's right up there. It's waiting.
Well, in fairness, this is more of, for that character, this is watching a villain story. He's like, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this guy. But it's a damn good movie. So yeah, we will talk in depth about Fantastic Four next week, as we will both definitely will have seen it by then. So plenty to talk about this week. Actually, a lot of Marvel stuff. I don't have anything for checked out. I didn't watch anything necessarily new. I'm just continuing watching Smoke, which is just getting better and better. I'm really
I gotta start that. That.
Only the first 5 episodes are out, so it's a pretty easy watch. It's like 45 minutes, I think. All right, so let's jump right into topics, Micah. This is depressing news right off the top.
This is sad. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse has been delayed again. It was originally supposed to premiere in March of 2024. But there were several delays. Part of them were the strike, the SAG-AFTRA strike, which halted work on the film and removed it from its release schedule altogether. Then they said it would the trilogy would come to an end June 4th, 2027. And now the film once again is being pushed back only a few weeks, though, to June 25th, 2027. Look, take as much time as you need, right? Whatever, but make it right, make it well. But at the same time, that second movie ended on a gigantic cliffhanger, bro. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
And that second movie is relatively long, but you don't feel it because you're totally in it, right? You are in that movie, and all of a sudden, it's just like, bam, to be continued. I'm like, what the like, yo, come on,
it's only been on for 2 hours. It's super good.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. And I really want to finish this series out. I would love to finish this trilogy out before I turn 50. If that could happen, that would be.
You're barely making it.
Another 2 years, man. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, I'll be here for you.
Also, for the health and well-being of Haley Steinfeld, let's hurry up and finish this trilogy so she don't have to hang around Shamik Moore anymore.
Oh yeah, they don't fuck with each other, right?
Like, yeah, apparently that guy might be a little bit of a creep. But look, I don't know the man.
You can do voice acting in separate rooms. You don't have to be.
Most of them do, right? Most of them do. But I'm not talking about the actual voice work. I'm talking about like all the press, right? They got to do press together. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't. They don't. They'd like them to, but no, they don't. If they don't get along, I don't know why that matters. You know what I mean? Like, okay, she don't fuck with him. Hey, can you do press on Monday? You do press on Tuesday. Like, oh, what about your time with him? You can talk about the work. You don't have to be in the same room. Fuck that guy. Like, whatever. Look, if you want to ruin your career by being a creep, like, by all means, dude. Like,
that's funny.
Look, I have a hard time with her in movies going forward, especially like the Marvel movies as Kate Bishop. Not because she's not a good actress. I think she's a very good actress. Just because of that line from Sinners, and I can't get it out of my head. I'm like, okay,
yeah, much like how he couldn't get his tongue out of her coos.
Yeah, like
it's in
feels unacceptable. Like I don't think Kate Bishop should be saying that. But like, hey, I'm just a kid. I'm one of the kid Avengers. I'm like, not in that other movie you were.
No, you're not. No, not anymore.
Nah, you seem like an adult Avenger. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I liked her a lot as Gwen Stacy, or Ghost Spider, whatever you want to call her. And I like her as Kate Bishop. So that's I'm looking forward to that character showing up in more Marvel stuff. So, but it's a bummer this is being delayed. But we'll see. We'll see what they do, and we'll talk more about this because there's more in that story too.
Yeah. This delay, even this slight delay, has consequences and repercussions.
Yeah.
But more on that later. Wonder Woman, the film, taps Supergirl writer Ana Nogueira. Is that how you pronounce that name?
Nogueira. Or Nogueira is probably more the American pronunciation.
Nogueira?
That's what most people would say,
yeah. DC Studios has tapped her to write Wonder Woman. She is a playwright, actress, and screenwriter, and she has been tapped for to write this movie. And look, I told you. I think I told you last week. No, DC Studios has no comment. Like, this is from a report from, I guess, The Wrap. So I guess this isn't official, but like probably more than likely. And look, I told you last week, I'm surprised that Supergirl is the next movie. But if that's the case, I would get Wonder Woman out there quick, super fast, right? No disrespect to Supergirl and all her fans, but like, Wonder Woman is a cultural icon.
Yeah.
And you lead with strength, right? You got Superman, you got Wonder Woman, and you'll get Batman, right? Like, those are the three. But I don't run a movie studio, but James Gunn said that Wonder Woman, the film, will have a very distinct take compared to what we have seen before. The last iteration of Wonder Woman made her big screen debut in 2017 with Gal Gadot playing Diana Prince in an origin tale, which I actually really liked. And then she came back and in Wonder Woman 84, and I really didn't like that one.
By the way, James Gunn did confirm that Ana Nogueira is writing Wonder Woman. That is confirmed.
Okay, awesome. They also said, James Gunn also said that, like, he kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit, that like Marvel starts production before scripts are finished.
Yeah.
And he says that no, that's not going to happen with DC.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, I think I understand what he is saying, but
what Kevin Feige is saying about it?
What both of I think I understand both approaches. I think I understand both approaches, right? Like, in the one approach, like, we kind of working on a timetable. We got to get these things out. We know the big, like, action beats that we want to see, and we have to iron out the script. They'll have an outline or whatever. But I also like the idea that, like, hey, I have a vision, and I have a roadmap for this specific movie. And I want, and you got a whole game plan. And wrestling, there's two types of matches you can have, right? One where you rehearse it and you script it from move to move, from bell to bell, or one that you just kind of you call it to each other in the ring as you're doing it, right?
What's more common?
It depends on the performer. Right. Okay. Some people are really good at improvising. Some people are not. Usually technical, like really good technical wrestling. You really want, like, you want it to be rehearsed, right? Whereas, like, people like, John Cena, he is notorious for calling his matches in the ring and being really loud while you do it. It's not
punch me,
right? Irish whip. It was like, all right, bro. All right, like, whisper, something. You know what I mean? It's just different styles. But the only negative I see of making sure you locking that script down is that they're going to get real big real quick, especially now that Superman is a blockbuster. And then you got to worry about leaks, man. And then if you start worrying about leaks, then you're going to have to retool on the fly. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. So I don't disagree with that, actually. I think that's a good point. My biggest thing is, so Feige came out and was like, look, we don't do the like hard locked in scripts. He even said, that interview is really interesting and you should read it. Was it in the Wrap, I think? And you should read it because I've seen a lot of takes that people have online about things he said. And I'm like, I'm not so sure you guys are really good at understanding like context of things. Like they read the words with no like human thought. Like they just read like what the words have said. And I'm like, yeah, but like, do you know how people talk? Like it's bizarre, right? And then they form their own
They read like AI. They read like AI.
Right. Like they don't read with like, oh, was he being sarcastic about that? Was he like the article's like, he was clearly joking about it. Like it literally says it. They're like, I didn't read that. I read the quote and then I made 7 YouTube videos of it. So when he was talking about that, he was like, look, I'm never satisfied with the scripts that come in. And I'm never satisfied with the movies we put out, which isn't to say he doesn't like them, right? Which I think is what some people would take from that. What he's saying is kind of like my own actual personal philosophy, which is like, you can be content with something, but you're never satisfied like fully. Like we could all, it's the Patrick Bateman thing. Like we could all be better looking. We could all be thinner, right? Like that.
It's the plight of every creative. It's
right,
the plight of every single creative.
Right. I mean, look at George Lucas.
Thank you. Look at George Lucas.
Right. Like you made a masterpiece. He's like, did I though? How about we add this?
I want that dancing alien to be in the club. Like, all right.
Like, George, we don't need to go back. He's like, no, but imagine if she was like doing this. Like, I don't need that. Like, but imagine if she was. We're gonna just do a couple little digital characters over here for no fucking reason. All right, cool. But yeah, it is the plight of that. But so I think that's what Feige is talking about, being able to sort of shift and move, right? I don't know if I necessarily think it's because of leaks, but I do think that maybe they put out a project and like an aspect of it doesn't work that ties to something they do in the next movie. And they're like, we got to change on the fly for that, right? Like maybe we go a different way, right? So I think that's better. Or I think that's what he's talking about. Also, you know, Marvel is sort of notorious for kind of writing those like little moments in the movie where it's like, oh, that's how, see, it's all connected. They're like, nah, we just fucking did that shit on the fly because y'all talked about it, or somebody noticed something in another movie. Like that shit isn't hard written into the script before they started shooting.
There's no master plan, you know, like they're not geniuses. Like they pivot. Right.
They pivot constantly and they just got really good at the pivot. Right. And which is a skill in and of itself, by the way, like not to like talk down to it. Like it takes a lot to be able to go, oh shit, let's pivot and make it work. Right. You could pivot and be like, well, that was fucking obviously bad. Right. You can, but they had the skill to make it work. So I actually don't mind Feige's point on that of like trying to keep it a little bit more kind of loosey goosey. I mean, keep in mind, everybody loves Iron Man. That movie barely had a script. It was like a total outline, right? It's like, these are the action pieces like you were talking about. And then they were just like, do your thing. And that's confirmed by the actors in the movie. Like, so that is one way of handling it. Like you're talking about the wrestling analogy, which I don't mind. I think a lot of great movies do that, but I also think you get movies that are hard scripted and also do amazing work. Like I don't think Denis Villeneuve went into Dune and was like, let's just fucking rock and roll on this shit. I don't think so at all. Like it doesn't feel like that type of movie. It's like, no, motherfucker. Like these beats have to be exactly what I wrote down. And that's what Gunn is talking about, right? Like these scripts have to be hard locked before they go. But I think your point is the best, which is it's easy to say that now because you got one movie out there. When this shit starts rolling and you got Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Batman, The Authority, Swamp Thing, and you got all these scripts coming in and people are hyped about it and they want this stuff out and the studio is hyped about it and they want more stuff out and they want to get the shit interconnected because you're trying to get to a Justice League movie. You're not always going to have time to be like, well, let's lock this shit down. Like that, you can't operate like that. You can't.
And that's the thing, man. you said it, the studio, right? Like
Yeah.
the artist, I get it. You want to make sure that you got the recipe. I get it. I understand. You know who doesn't understand? Bean counters.
Yeah, David Zaslav.
Right. Like people like they let you do this Superman thing, and now that it is a bona fide hit, it's gonna be a fight for Gunn and Safran to convince them not to pump out 4 of these things a year. Yeah. Like it's gonna be a fight, man.
Yeah.
And look, I hope they're up for it.
Yeah, and look, the only thing that saves them from maybe having a huge fight about that is be like, look across the street. When they started doing that, shit started going off the rails. Like, let's learn that lesson, because even those guys have learned that lesson. Like, you just can't do that. More on that later. So, I'm of the mindset of like, I think 1 a year is okay. I think if at the height 2 a year is okay. Let that be the cap. Let that be the cap, and then just make quality shit. And that goes for both studios, by the way. If I'm getting 2 to 4 high quality superhero movies a year, I'm happy. That's fine. That is more than enough. It's more than enough. I know some people want them every other weekend. But look at Superman and Fantastic Four. They're running right up on top of each other. Yeah. Not necessary. It's not necessary. 2 to 4 a year. It's cool, man. No big deal. And I don't ever want to see this shit again, by the way. I don't want to see a Marvel DC movie this close to each other. There's no reason for that. Like, there is enough fan base. Spoiler alert. You got the same fan base. There's the hardcore people like, I hate DC or I hate Marvel and I like the other one. That's silly to me. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
And they're seeing both of them anyway.
They're seeing both of them anyway. Right. There's no reason for you guys to be fighting it out. Like, just look, it's James Gunn and Kevin Feige. You're already friends. You work together. Just be like, hey, dude, how about you take fucking November? I'll take, a month and a half after that. You want early summer? I'll take late summer. Next year we'll swap. All right, bet. Like, dude, there is plenty of space for everybody.
I'm sure that conversation is cool, but the real conversation is David Zaslav and Bob Iger. Like, hey,
I want to kill you.
No.
Fuck off. I want that date. Like, all right, god damn it. But like, it would be nice if they could agree as 2 studios. Like, because ultimately, you just undercut your own money. Like that. Like, that's the thing. It's just like, dude, just space it out a little bit. Like, it shouldn't be Superman and Fantastic Four shouldn't be 2 weeks away from each other. That's crazy. They should have had at least a month or two. I would argue at least a month between those 2 movies. So
I would have loved to have seen. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen. One in May and one in July. That'd have been perfect.
Perfect. Right.
One to begin the summer and one to end the summer.
Yeah. And guess what? I'm gonna see both anyway. Like,
I mean, look, I got my ticket.
Right. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
You better find something to do.
I love that. You're like, let's go together. You're like, I've already bought my ticket. I'm going low. This one's for me. One for you.
So look, this Wonder Woman film is being written by this person. That's great. I'm looking forward to Paradise Island, which is the HBO series that will be focusing on Themyscira. I think it's very smart.
Isn't it Paradise Lost?
I thought it was Paradise Island, but it might be Paradise Lost.
Yeah, whatever.
I think it's really good. It gets your world building out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Superman did like an excellent job world building. Like,
yeah,
and I don't know how they did it, but like, and look, maybe I'm just bringing in like preconceived like notions or whatever, but they did an excellent job world building. I think Paradise Lost or Paradise Island, whatever it's called, is going to do the heavy lifting when it comes to world building. And it's an HBO show, so it'll like really get it into the zeitgeist. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you think that? I mean, it's obviously about Themyscira. What do you think that show is? Like, is it from my understanding, it's a pre-Wonder Woman, like she's not around yet type of thing. And do you think it's just focusing on Themyscira, or do you think they go wider than that?
I think they focus on Themyscira. I think, Themyscira is a hidden island, and a hidden island full of all women. I would imagine something like, I don't know, like I would imagine that there would be like a mystery of some sort.
I'm being an asshole if you're watching this on video. Scissor me timbers. Yeah, Gunn. Such a fucking hilarious. Gunn says that it's going to be influenced by Game of Thrones. So, okay.
So all female Game of Thrones, I'm fine with that. Like power struggles and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
No notes.
Yeah, political intrigue and power struggles reminiscent of Game of Thrones. It is a prequel series set before the birth of Diana Prince, which will explore the rich history and lore of the Amazons. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I wonder which accent they'll go with. Is it Israeli or no?
Kal-El, no.
I hope they all talk like that in that staccato speech pattern as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be super interesting. Look, I will admit, I thought that Gunn was secretly writing Wonder Woman because there was nobody tied to this, and I was like, I could see him wanting to give it a try. And then, you know, when this got announced, I was like, okay, what else could he be writing? Because he says he's writing another project. He is like a team up guy. Like that's clearly his bag. So I thought maybe it's the Authority, but apparently that movie was being written by somebody, but they couldn't crack it. And so they're being moved on to another DC script. This is according to Gunn. So maybe Gunn is going to step in and do the Authority, which could be really fun for him. But at the same time, I got to imagine Gunn would love to do a Justice League movie. Like,
yeah,
that feels more like him.
That feels more like him. Plus, you know, you can't. He's got to make sure that he doesn't like spread himself thin or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Give himself some time off.
I get why Superman is like a personal thing for him.
Yeah, I understand.
He really wanted to write it. But you know, there are certain. Yeah, you gotta spread the love around a little bit.
Yeah. No, I mean that's fine. I have no problem with like whatever he wants to work on because I think he's a hell of a writer. But I would love to see him take on Justice League. That's where I think he would shine. Like bringing all these wackadoodle characters together, I think he would crush it. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if he handed that off to someone else. I don't know if he would direct it, but he seems more of a guy who's like, if I write it, I want to direct it type of shit. Yeah, sure. Why not? I think everyone would be pretty happy with that. All right, let's talk about this next story. I thought this was a fun rumor.
So there's a rumor that a Metropolis crime anthology series will be starring Jimmy Olsen, and it is currently in development. This is a rumor, by the way.
Yeah.
Following earlier reports that both Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen spin-off series are in development from the Superman film, the new supposed intel has surfaced specifically regarding the Jimmy Olsen project. While details remain unconfirmed, the update suggests early movement behind the scenes as the DCU looks to expand its universe on the small screen. The rumor is that Skylar Gisanto, is that his name?
Sure. I don't know.
His Jimmy Olsen will be leading an anthology episodes about the Metropolis's Daily Planet, where he is investigating new super criminals in an episodic format. Look,
I love
that guy. That guy played an excellent Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
He wasn't like a damsel in distress, right? He wasn't, but he wasn't like a fucking whatever he was in the Snyderverse.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah, a red shirt.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jimmy Olsen. Murdered. All right, cool, great, thanks.
like people don't understand like there is that kill had no oomph to it. There was no stakes. You can't just be like,
it meant nothing.
By the way, I'm Jimmy Olsen, and then have his head blown off and expect us to care, right? Like,
It's like Jimmy Olsen is a major character in Superman lore, and you just killed him for no reason. Why?
Because he's a major character in Superman lore, and it's shocking.
But it wasn't. It
wasn't because you didn't give a shit. You didn't care about the character.
You know what
you
it was?
Know who it was?
Yeah, I was like, okay, and he was like, "I'm Jimmy Olsen." I was like, "Oh shit, it's Jimmy Olsen." Oh damn, he's dead already. Like it's been 3 minutes. Yeah, it was shocking how poorly written that scene was. That's the part that was.
I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it.
I thought like maybe he's not really dead, and they were like, "Nah, he really did." Like, no, that's it. It was like, oh, okay.
There's a hole in his face. Like, all right, wow.
What a move.
Look, if this gets the look, I believe this.
Yeah, I think
for one simple reason. You don't cast all those good actors in the Daily Planet to have them just do nothing in the movie. You don't cast Wendell Pierce for him to do nothing.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. And also this guy, Skylar Gisondo, he's very good. Like if you ever watched Righteous Gemstones, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, he's actually
really good.
He actually is really, really perfectly cast in this. This whole movie is perfectly cast.
Yeah, I can't name a person I had an issue with their casting at all. No.
Yeah, so I don't understand why you have this like stacked for like this is like a perfect TV. This is like a stacked TV cast, right?
Right, dude. Come on, like, yeah. This to me makes all the sense in the world, right? You already have a universe in which all of these characters exist, right? All of these characters are out there. This is a perfect James Gunn project, right? Like, not that he would work on this, but it's a perfect James Gunn project because it gives the opportunity to highlight a character who's kind of a C-list character in the universe, right? Jimmy Olsen, people know who Jimmy Olsen is, but Jimmy Olsen doesn't have a TV show. He doesn't have movies about him, right? He's always like, gee golly, Superman, thanks for saving me, right? Like, that's who that character is. But he's an iconic side character. But to bring him up to the level of being the main character in this TV show and highlighting his experiences in the world, by which you are highlighting the other characters in the Daily Planet, like, Wendell Pierce's character as what's his face?
Perry White.
Perry White, thank you. And like you've got all these other characters that are there, right? I don't know. Was that one woman supposed to be Cat Grant? I thought so.
Yeah, Cat Grant and Beck Bennett is the sports guy. I can't remember his name, but he's a sports journalist.
Yeah.
Steve Lombard.
Yeah. He's a dick.
Steve Lombard's a dick, and Beck Bennett is a really good, like, he played Putin, for God's sakes. He can play a dick.
Yeah, he's very good on SNL. I always enjoyed him. So having that, like you said, that stacked cast, I think that makes a lot of sense, and that may have been the plan. Like, look, you guys will show up in the Superman movies, but don't worry. Like, take this job. I got these other plans. But since the universe is like wide open and it's established, like this article did a little funny job of like putting in some lesser known wackadoodle DC characters, right? Like, Condiment King and Kite Man, and I don't know who the fuck that other dude is. But yeah, make them the quote unquote monsters of the week, right? And you show them getting, beaten up by whatever superheroes, like, or beating themselves up, or they get brought in for a crime they committed, and they're being dealt with by the cops and stuff like that. It's a great way to just like, you're just peppering the universe with all of these characters. So when they end up on Peacemaker, you're like, oh shit, it's that fucking guy. Like that's the fun interconnected stuff. But none of that needs to be known to go watch the movies. You don't need to know any of this shit to see Green Lantern. You just don't. Like, all right, Condiment King is running around. Or if Condiment King shows up in a Batman movie and just gets his teeth punched out, you're just like, that was a guy from the Jimmy Olsen show. That was pretty funny. And then you move on. And if you don't know who he is, you're like, who the fuck was that guy? That doesn't really matter. Anyway, that was funny. And you just move on. So if you want to know all of those details, the universe is that much more rich. If you don't know the details, you can still come in and understand things. I think this is a great fucking idea. This is what Damage Control was rumored to be, but that never took place in Marvel. I don't know if they ever really planned it, but that was the rumor, is that they would be interacting with all these villains and stuff like that to fill out the universe. Yeah, makes total sense. So good.
Have fun with it, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have fun.
I like that idea a lot. All right, next up, they're rebooting Resident Evil. And when I read this, I was like, this feels like a bad idea. And then I read the details and I was like, this seems like a good idea. Zach Krieger says Resident Evil Reboot will be honoring the games. Quote, I think the movie is going to rip. Now, you might be thinking, but I thought the Resident Evil movies didn't need to be rebooted because they were perfect. And I would say you should seek a doctor. But those movies are terrible. But they made a lot of money because they cost $0.50, and they were directed by Mr. Paul W.S. Anderson.
That's right.
Not to be mistaken for that hack Paul Thomas Anderson. No, the good director. God, these movies are really bad. I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 of them. And I think there's 17 of them. I don't even know anymore.
I think there might be 6 of them.
I believe that's probably true. But they made like a fuck ton of money. Like for the cost of those movies, like just a crazy amount of money. Because they got a hardcore loyal fan base, right? And I'm not mad at that. But those movies are bad. I saw the first one in theaters and I was like, I've had enough. I think I'm good. I got it. But again, they went on to make 5 more of these or so. But yeah, Zach Krieger is doing this. And if you don't know that name, you should. He's the guy who directed Barbarian, which came out a couple years ago. That's a great fucking horror movie, man. That's a great horror movie. It's fun. It's wacky. It's exactly what I would expect from a Resident Evil movie.
You know, there was one that Mr. Paul W.S. Anderson did not do called Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. It came out in 2021.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Roberts.
Yeah, that was a reboot, right? Like it's like a total reboot.
Yeah, it was a reboot.
Yeah, no one saw that.
Yeah, apparently not.
Yeah. Well, didn't they do that Resident Evil TV show where they had where they had Black Wesker. Yeah, Black Wesker. He had the fucking high top fade or some shit. Like this shit looked ridiculous.
Wasn't Black Wesker the dude that passed away?
Yeah, Lance Reddick.
Yeah, Lance Reddick.
Yeah. That shit was fucking insane. But you know what? Look, I don't understand that franchise at all, by the way. Like I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, there's nothing really to get. Now look, this is you probably don't know about this, but I am very curious if Zach Krieger is going to abandon the T-virus stuff and all that.
Isn't that like the main thing?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Because the game series, after 6, look, Resident Evil 6 jumped the fucking shark, bro. Okay? Like, you had Leon, who was one of the stars of 2. You had Chris, who was the star of the first one. And like, you could pick, which character you wanted, and you followed different stories. It turned into an action franchise well before 6, right? But Resident Evil 6,
boulder punching.
I mean, like, yeah, Resident Evil 5 had the boulder punching. Resident Evil 6 had Leon like doing drop kicks on Tyrannosaurus Rexes. You know what I mean? Like it was wild, man.
Why were there dinosaurs?
Like Chris is doing like legit like wrestling moves to these things. It was ridiculous, man. And for Resident Evil 7, they went and they retooled it and they made it a first person game, a first person survival horror game. And they basically just rebooted the entire thing. And it was more of like, you're back in a mansion and you got to deal with this creepy like family from like the backwoods, right?
Oh,
like,
that's the one that was like in 3D or something, right?
They had it in virtual reality.
Oh, virtual reality. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I'm thinking this dude is gonna go that route. That's what Resident Evil 7, 8, and the upcoming 9 are in terms of in terms of how the games are being presented now.
And
they're going back
and,
to
and people seem to really like that, correct?
Yeah, and people really like it, man. And you don't know why. You're in this village and it's just got these creatures and there's no virus. There's no, like, they don't explain shit, right? Like,
right.
You're just there and it's just a bunch of weird shit happening. And then Resident Evil 8 was, I know you know one of the characters from Resident Evil 8. It is the 9-foot tall woman.
Oh yeah.
That was right. That was just like all a part of the marketing, right?
Yeah, a giant, extremely busty vampire madam. Yeah, no, I got it. I've seen many a cosplay from
right
mattress actresses that I enjoy. What was her name? And, like Tits McGee or something?
Demetrescu or something like that. Lady Demetrescu.
Boobarella or whatever they came up with.
And so, yeah, I'm thinking this guy is going to do this era, this current era of Resident Evil. And it fits if you think about his like ties to like Barbarian and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like this fits, right?
Yeah,
like,
that feels correct. Yeah.
Yeah, turn Resident Evil away from being the action franchise and like the thing that made Resident Evil survival horror is like you got a gun with 3 bullets, yo. And that's it. Figure it out. Right. And you had to survive. Right. And this, they've gone back to that. And they're, Resident Evil was about to hit 30 years. It's 30-year anniversary or some shit like that. Because, we're fucking old. And, yeah, man, they just released, or they just announced Resident Evil 9, and it's back to being creepy again, right? It's back to being a game I won't play in the dark, and it's
back to a game.
So yeah,
how about that? I'm a giant coward.
So yeah, I'm thinking this is where this guy is going to go with this.
This is not on the docket, but Naomi Ackie from the main woman from Blink Twice, Black Chick. She is likely the female lead in Clayface, by the way.
Oh, all right.
Interesting. I wonder who that character is. I wonder. They going like Batgirl, or are they going just someone who knows the character? I wonder. Like, is there going to be a hero in this movie? That'd be interesting because we don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm very interested. Like, by the way, Gunn has confirmed that like Clayface is a horror movie, like R-rated horror movie. So, all right, like right out the gate, that should be a lot of fun. And creepy as shit. Yeah, look, I like the idea of doing the Resident Evil stuff with a more modern take. I mean, I think the Resident Evil franchise is fucking insane. Like, I just think like that earlier shit is just, it never made sense to me. And I know people would say, well, you didn't follow the lore. That is correct, because I found the lore to be, from what I knew, made no sense. Hey, we released this T-virus. Why? Why did you do that? Was it a mistake?
The lore is ridiculous, and at this point it doesn't matter. Quite frankly, they would be foolish to go back to, here's the virus that causes, like, nah, yo, like, this is like, make it The Hills Have Eyes. That's what Resident Evil needs to be.
Yeah, like make it so that people are just like, yeah, that was creepy as fuck. Okay, got it. Like, asked and answered. Like, I don't want it to be much more than that. It doesn't have to be boring and dumb, but yeah, just make it scary. Like, hello, that's kind of the point of the games. Next up, James Gunn on Superman's international box office woes. Right, so ironically, Superman is doing better in the United States than it's doing overseas, which is not normal for superhero movies for the most part. I mean, that wasn't even true for Captain America, but like the first movie, which is shocking. But basically, Gunn makes a point that I think like people should really think about, because I don't think it's much of an excuse, but I do think it's actually true. He says, look, this first part, I don't know that I super agree with, but he says Superman is not a known commodity in some places.
Shut
He
up.
is like I'm not buying that. Like
Shut
he
up,
says,
bro.
he is not a big known superhero in some places like Batman is. I'm like, no, that's not true. Superman and Batman are universally known. Like they just are.
That's objectively false. But okay.
Like to little kids, maybe yes. Like, hi, I'm 3. Okay, they may not know, and they probably still know. My daughter doesn't know anything about superhero characters at all. She knows who Batman and Superman are. Like Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. She knows who they are. Like it is what it is. It's like a part of, I don't know, it's like epigenetic or whatever. So, but he says that, quote, and it also affects things that we have a certain amount of anti-American sentiment around the world right now. It isn't really helping us. So I think it's just a matter of letting something grow. But again, for us, everything's been a total win, having the movie come out and being something that has been embraced by people everywhere. This is just a seed of a tree that Peter and I have been watering for the past 3 years. So to be able to have a start, blah, 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 right? I think that's accurate. I think that there is a lot of like, yeah, fuck that guy in the White House, so fuck America type of shit. Like, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, is there anybody outside of Captain America who's more synonymous with Americana than Superman? Like, as far as this type of media? No, there really isn't. Like,
I mean,
Batman
the slogan for a very long time was "Truth, Justice, and the American Way." Like they changed it a couple years ago, but
what is it?
To try and it's truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. To try and make Superman a more global figure and not like America centric. And they changed that in the comics before anyone gets upset that if they change it in the films. As a matter of fact, didn't Perry White say truth, justice, and all that stuff in the movie?
Yeah, in Superman Returns.
I thought he said it in this one too, but
I don't remember if he did or not.
They don't say that American way stuff because they want that global box office.
Yeah, and look, I know people are going to be like, but that's how my grandpa liked it. Yeah, and it was kind of like they weren't making $1 billion movies, my nigga. Like that's why. like people around the world weren't reading comics like that. And if you want those characters to feel like everybody can understand and feel included, then make people feel included. I don't think it takes anything away from Superman to take away the American way. I don't think it does at all. It always sounded a little silly to me, but maybe because I'm not just like uber patriotic, except for during the Olympics. Then I say crush all other countries. There is only one, like a good American. But yeah, I'm fine with that. But I do think he's right. I do think that there's an anti-American sentiment. I think a lot of American movies are going to suffer from this. Period. Like I do. Now, when Homeboy ain't around, I think that people are gonna be like, "Well, we've been waiting. Now we'll watch your movies." Because I mean, quiet as it's kept. When people are pissed at a country or something, look, man, I'm not. If North Korea was like, "Yo, we're putting out mad movies," I'd be like, "Fuck those people. Like, fuck them. They're terrible human beings to run that country. Right? Why am I giving them money? Right? Like, I don't see people running out to. I have to imagine I don't see people running out to be like, I can't wait to support some celebrity who supports the shit that's going on in Gaza. Like they'd be like, yeah, fuck that guy or fuck that woman. Like, no. So,
and and that's the like, I think you talk about it on Look Forward being this is kind of America's soft power, right? Like the one thing that America can do better than any other country on the planet is it can sell how awesome America is.
Yep.
Right. And when you lose that with we got all our pop culture goes everywhere. Right. Yep. To the point where fucking like you said, Captain America, a guy wearing a red, white, and blue uniform is doing numbers overseas. Right.
I thought that movie was going to be fucked globally when that movie came out. Yeah, I thought it was.
Right, they changed the name and all that, and
then
it was
right.
like,
just the first Avenger.
Right, and then people like it. It was like, whatever, baby, we're Captain America, right?
Yeah.
But like, if as soon as America isn't able to like tell the world how awesome it is to be American, like now you're really kind of in trouble when it comes to like being on the world stage. And I know that might sound like utterly ridiculous, right? But I truly believe, man, like if you can't tell people how great America is, nobody's going to want to come here, which means we're not going to get the best from everybody. That's another secret, right?
Like our superpower, dude.
That's it, man. Like you tell people how awesome America is, people are like, I want to go to America, right? Like this land of opportunity. I could be anything, right? And you get the best people from all over the world, bro. And now people don't want that. It's
that's why racism is dumb. Like, and sort of xenophobia is dumb, because especially as an American, you owe all of the power of America to that fact. You do. Like it's like the weirdest thing. Like with the Brits, right? They're like, we don't want people coming over to Britain and screwing up our culture. You went all over the world and kicked the shit out of people and were like, Britain is awesome. People were like, I guess it's awesome. Let's go over there. And now you're mad? You're the one told everybody. What the fuck? America went over there.
You went over there and stole everyone else's culture. Yeah. And now you're claiming it as your own.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you mad people came and followed you back? Like, look, where I'm from is the shit. Don't come there, but it's the shit. Like, all right, well, let's go check it out. What the fuck? All right, let's go. You ruined my homeland. You might as well go check out yours. But yeah, I mean, pop culture is America's soft power. It is. It is. Like, in movies and music especially, right? Because you can seed messages into those things, especially film. You can seed messages into those things where people just go, all right, well, that's kind of cool. Like that's kind of fun. And you can just make people believe things about America that are either exaggerated, maybe some of it is true, and some of it is just straight up a lie. Nothing is more emblematic of America's like kind of bullshit in like exaggerating something or kind of just telling a straight up lie than the bald eagle, right? If you do not know this story, America's obviously the mascot of America, whatever, is the bald eagle. It looks fucking badass, whatever. It's a predator, but it also it's beautiful and all this other shit. That eagle noise that you hear like that shit isn't even the noise for the bald eagle. They took another bird of prey's audio and they play that against an eagle because the eagle one is just like kind of an annoying kind of screeching clicking noise, but it doesn't sound tough. It doesn't sound badass. That is so emblematic of what America is. You can tell that story. It sounds cool. It just sounds fucking dope. Like, look at that cool ass eagle making that cool badass noise. But that's not what it sounds like. Now when you fucking see it up close, you're like, well, this is a piece of shit. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, by losing that soft power, you don't have a chance to influence. And if you aren't there to influence, somebody else is going to be there to influence. And you can say, well, it's totally fine. And it might be totally fine. Or it might not be totally fine. I'm just saying it might not be great. It might not be great.
Yeah,
and look, people go, well, let's just see what it is. Okay, let's just see what it is. I would rather let's not see what it is. To be honest, I'd rather not. I don't like the Chinese government's view of how the world should be run. That's just me personally.
Right. You better start learning Mandarin. Look, that series Firefly and Serenity, they, it's set in like a science fiction future, right? And the world spoke two languages, English and Mandarin. And they spoke it like interchangeably. Yeah. Right? Like we all right.
And look, and this is the thing is I do think, and this is definitely going to sound a bit arrogant, like as an American. But I think a lot of people, there's been such a long time that America's kind of reigned, especially like in pop culture and just globally and, finance and everything else. that as much as people go, yeah, fuck America, like from the outside, or like, fuck this country or whatever, and even on the inside, right? People are just like, oh, this country fucking sucks right now and everything else. Let me tell you something. We love a comeback story. Everybody likes a comeback story. Everybody likes, like, you think about anti-Americanism during the Bush administration, where people were just like, yo, this guy fucking sucks. He's dumb. He's in this war. This is the worst. What happened? Second Barack Obama got in there, people were like, America's back, like, hell yeah. Because people like a comeback story, dude. They do. So it's not like you can't fix it. It's just right now it's going to be hard. It's this.
Most people, America is like that troubled friend to the rest of the world, right? The rest of the world sees America as like, man, you're a really good person, but like you keep getting involved
sometimes
in these weird fucking relationships. Like you had a great guy, right? I understand, like, you had to move on, but like now you're like on a bender, bro. Like you're upset that he's gone, and now you're on a bender, and now you're with this weird abusive guy, and he's not good for you.
I heard someone make a similar analogy. It was like, it might have actually, you know what it was? Ironically, it was Joe Rogan. He was like, America right now, this is when Trump got elected, right, in 2016. He was like, America just got out of an 8-year solid relationship. Didn't work out. It had to end. Everything was like totally fine. And now you're in your whore phase. You got this new tramp. Her tits are out. She's got a fucking tattoo on her chest. Like you don't give a shit. You're just out there partying. And that's where we are. And it's a fucking disaster. Like that's what's happening. Yeah. So it's like, can we just get out of our hoe phase, please? Can we just move the fuck on? Get back into a stable relationship, for the love of God. So yeah, I think Gunn is actually correct about that. But we'll see, because it all matters. It's going to matter, or it'll be telling when something like, not so much Supergirl comes out, because again, that's not it's gonna have the bonus of like building on top of Superman. So like she's gonna get a little bit of a kick up, right? Like we saw that in tons of Marvel movies. But when you get to like Batman and Wonder Woman, when you get to Wonder Woman and Batman, then you're gonna see like, oh, is this like, this isn't just a kick up. Like, how are people really responding to this? You get to Batman, and Batman is like, all right, baby, this is a $1 billion movie. All right, then things are moving pretty good. But he's definitely correct that it's going to be a little bit harder grind up just because of the anti-American sentiment. I mean, I think he's absolutely dead on about shit like that. So we'll see. Yeah. This is not on the docket. I'm just going to say this. James Gunn says Peacemaker season 2 will have some imps in it, like imps like Batmite and maybe even Peacemite, which I think is hilarious. Good. Okay. Fuck it. Like, again, have fun with it. Peacemaker showed up in Superman. I loved it. It was great. Sorry if I spoiled that actually for people. Next up, Kevin Feige gives a lot of info on Marvel's future. Look, I said that this was in the wrap. This is actually in the Hollywood Reporter. I apologize. It's linked.
He did it for a bunch of outlets. Like all the outlets were there at the same place. We're just pulling this from the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay, got it. The second article that I linked under this that just says more, it has like a breakdown of like some of the bigger things, which it might just be easier for us to go through as it is. But you
should go to the show notes. You should go to the show notes and read the article from the Hollywood Reporter. It's very good stuff there. It's a very good article. They talk about like why Thunderbolts didn't perform as well. They talk.
Let's talk about it right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he basically said that Thunderbolts was sort of underperformed because of basically the reason that we talked about earlier, which is people felt like they might need, or at least from his perspective, that people may have felt that they needed to watch all these TV shows, and they hadn't had, because they hadn't watched all of them, they're just like, I don't really know a lot of these characters. I'm not really particularly familiar with them, which I think is largely probably true. it's like, oh, these are the great value Avengers. I don't really know who these characters are, or some of them are kind of minor characters from the movies. I mean, actually, the only person I think who's not been in a movie is Yelena. She was all in shows, so she's kind of the lead. So it would be kind of difficult to get people to like get pretty excited about that if they didn't really know who she was.
Well, she and Red Guardian were in Black Widow, the film.
Oh, that's true.
And you know, as much as I enjoy that movie, but you know, it's the kind of movie that I enjoy. It's a Black Widow movie, and it's a Black Widow movie that came out like way later than it should have.
Yeah, it should have been years before.
Yeah. So I can see how people might not have seen that movie.
Yeah, you didn't need to. Not really.
And then one of the characters that gets shot in the face was in that movie too. And it's just like, if you hadn't seen that movie, it's like, okay, Jimmy, like, like who cares?
What's the impact here? Right. And then you had, you know, the sort of Captain America replacement, or, you know, U.S. agent. You only seen him in TV shows, so you had no idea who the fuck this guy was. You have no background on this guy if you didn't see Captain America and the Winter Soldier. You just who the fuck is that guy? Like, why has he got Steve Rogers' costume on? Did they recast him? What is that guy doing here? Right. And then like low level villains and other things. So I think that's largely true. That being said, Thunderbolts was a great movie. So it is what it is. He says he's not leaving Marvel anytime soon, though he has like 2.5 years on his contract. Spoiler alert, that shit's getting renewed. Like, get the fuck out of here. They're not dumb enough to let that shit slide. No way. Oh, we'll just get another guy. No, you won't. They're gonna ride this shit until these movies make a nickel a piece. Get the fuck out of here. And I don't blame them. Feige does address the Jonathan Majors thing and basically says, like, look, they were planning on moving away from Kang anyway because they just felt like he wasn't big enough. You buying that?
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not either.
You know, he gives you know, there's a working theory out there that you know, there's a working theory that they would have had the Council of Kangs, and then the Council of Kangs would have been immediately defeated by Doctor Doom to try and quickly establish Doctor Doom as a massive threat, right? No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Not at all.
Yeah, no, Jonathan I don't think they would be like this was when Jonathan Majors was like on his like riding high. He was at the apex of his career at that point.
Right.
And you're trying to tell me that like they were able to snag this young talent who is literally at the height of his career at the moment and going up, and you were going to pivot from him? No. Nah, I'm not buying that at all.
The only way, and again, I agree with you, I'm not buying it either. The only way that would make sense is if you were like, Doom comes in and kills the Council of Kangs, and then him and Kang are like fighting it out across a bunch of movies where all the heroes are kind of caught in the crossfire type of shit. But that's not what he said. He said they were going to pivot away from Kang completely. I'm not buying that at all.
Yeah, I don't buy that, man. I don't buy that. And the idea of like, oh, well, Kang's not big enough. Well, guess what, bro? That's your job, right? Like, yeah, make him big. Your job is to make him big, right? The vast majority of the movie-going public didn't know who the fuck Thanos was.
Yeah.
And you established him as a major threat, right? Like, I believe that they could have made Kang a much bigger character. So yeah, no, I'm not buying that. That's him, you know, trying to save face, in my opinion.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, when I read that, I was like, okay, Kevin. Like, let's not.
I was like, all right, bro. Like, shut up, bro.
Yeah,
like,
we love you.
I know you're supposed to like lie to me, but like, do a better job of lying to me, man.
Yeah, like, don't insult my intelligence at this point.
Right.
Yeah, no. We definitely want to get rid of this guy that we invested all this money and time into. Totally makes sense. Don't expect live action Miles Morales anytime soon. Thanks to Sony. I mean, Sony be fucking up. But basically, Kevin Feige says, listen, Sony has their brilliant, genius, incredible Spider-Verse animated franchise going, and until that finishes, we've been told to stay away. I 100% believe that. That being said, I still think our theory that how that series ends could push right into the MCU, I think it still stands. I think it does. It makes all the sense in the world. By the way, just because it's delayed and just because he's saying that, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. Like this guy can play you for a fucking fiddle, be like, yeah, we can't do anything. Who knows what's gonna happen? Surprise, motherfucker! Like you don't know. Like there's still this like the movie magic. So who knows? But yeah, I agree.
When does Secret Wars come out? 2027?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it'll be after Enter the Spider-Verse then, or Beyond the Spider-Verse. Like, all right, fine, whatever.
Again, like December.
Again, I'd like to
December 17th, 2027. When's Beyond the Spider-Verse come
out? June 2027.
June 2027. Okay, well then Secret Wars will be out first. Doesn't mean that you don't get something that's like, like, you know, kind of like a fucking layup to it. You never know. And they could just push into the MCU and then just be like, all right, well, cool.
When does Secret Wars come out?
It says December 17th.
December 17th, 2027?
Yes.
Which one comes out June 2027? Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out June 2027.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, that's right. God, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes total sense then. Yeah, okay. There you go. So, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, I'm thinking December is before, because I'm an idiot. For me, like anything in the fall starts before anything. You know what I mean? It's like it just starts a new thing before the summer because I'm a dummy. I went to Baltimore City schools. Yeah, no, that works then. So there you go. A perfect ending. He shows up and it's like, what's this world? And all you need is one character that you recognize to walk by in this real world and be like, oh shit, like, I don't know, Pizza Poppy or whatever the fuck. They could have anyone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a hero. All you need is just someone to be like, human being from the MCU, I know that character. And they'd be like, he's there. And then fucking December, you have him show up. I think that would be awesome. He doesn't need to have a huge role in Secret Wars. He doesn't at all.
Hell, you don't even have to like, you just have a guy in a suit, right? Like you don't even have to. You don't even have to cast anybody yet.
Nope. I mean, or you could just change the casting like they did for Thanos. I don't know if people remember that. That was a black dude at the end of Avengers, and there was like,
oh yeah, I'll do it myself. Right.
Slide your ass, get the fuck out of here. How about that? We're gonna put you in another role in a different movie. Like, cool. All right.
Get out of here, stunt man. Like,
yeah, that was really it. People were like, they did him wrong. I'm like, over Josh Brolin? I don't think that they did. Okay. I don't think that they did at all. Get the fuck out of here. They gave that guy, he got to be a henchman in like Winter Soldier, I think it was.
Yeah, you think that guy gives a shit? Like, that guy's working, man.
Yeah, he's a working actor. Like, it worked out for him. He got to start there instead of like doing other things to get themselves popular and have to be on reality TV shows. You know, all sorts of crazy things. Or OnlyFans or porn or whatever the fuck. So I've been told against my will.
Oh shit.
That was amazing.
Oh man.
If only you guys knew. My life is very crazy. It's insane. It's actually insane. Next up, this was really, really funny. And people are really bad at reading quotes. What's going on with Blade? So basically, they're like, look, we've got a new writer who's working on it. Mahershala Ali is still attached. Don't worry about it. And basically, he was like, I didn't want to have Blade just in leather, just only in leather killing vampires. And then I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, you want a real story, right? Like, that's clearly the implication of his statement. I go on Instagram, and this guy had done a video and goes, Kevin Feige says that they didn't want Blade in leather and just killing vampires. That's exactly what we wanted. I was like, I don't think they're good at understanding how people talk. Like, this was the most bizarre thing to me. It's like, are you bad at context clues? I guess so. Like, yeah, he's saying that you don't just want the character to look like the character in killing things for 2 hours. That's not a story. Okay.
Yeah, that's Mortal Kombat 2.
I would argue it's also Mortal Kombat 1. That movie doesn't look good. More on that later. But yeah, so he's like, look, I want to have this to be like, I want this character to be doing more than that. Spoiler alert, for all the people who like, yeah, Kevin Feige doesn't know what he's talking about. You also want Mahershala Ali, a 2-time Oscar award-winning actor, to just be in there like, always bet on black and just swinging a sword for 2 hours? I think he wants something else. Spoiler alert, that's why the movie's taking so long. Okay, I don't know if people want to actually read these reports. He wants a Black Panther level film. That's what they're trying to give him. Even though I don't think that character needs a Black Panther level film, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't. That character. Look. I know we love our characters. I know we love our black characters, but
yeah, hell yeah.
If we had to trade one for the racial draft, Blade don't need to be black. If I could trade a Blade,
Blade or Black Panther?
No.
Those two, or
you know how like white people are like, if Johnny Storm is black, then they flip out, right? If we had to get a black Johnny Storm for them to get a white Blade, all right.
Yeah. I don't. And I like Blade. You know, it's just there's
I love
nothing.
Blade. Blade is dope, right? Blade is dope. I love Blade. There's nothing about Blade's blackness that is inherent to the character, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, you know, he's often written as, you know, even in the first Snipes movie, like, you know, the haircut is like a very like black culture thing, right? Like he's in the black barbershop type of shit. And like I get all that. But like he could have easily been a white guy and I would have been like, that seems fine. Like is he doing cool shit? Like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I'm gonna see this movie.
That's fine. But at the same time, look, I'm not saying I want to give Blade up.
No, fuck that. There's like 9 of us. Get the fuck out of here. Right? No.
Every time someone says that, I'm like, if we're gonna play that game, then we're gonna play it to its fullest extent.
Yeah.
Right? You want Blade and Spawn and I don't know.
You could definitely have Spawn. I don't give a shit. Sorry, I don't give a fuck about Spawn, dude. I don't. And nobody else does, but you, man. Like, let Demetrius play Spawn, please. He's over 5'9", which frankly is a little too tall. It's showing off. Like, he can't play He-Man now. Let him play fucking Spawn. He's got the costume. He'll just bring it with him.
Look, you can have all the black characters. You can make all the black characters white you want, but it's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, and we taking
it's
all
a 1-for-1.
We taking all the big ones. So, guess what?
Yeah.
Taking all the big ones. Yep. Superman, Batman. Yeah, go ahead. You have Blade. Yeah, you
Tony Stark, black. Get out of here. Tony Stark played by Kadeem Hardison. Fuck it.
Kadeem Hardison. Okay.
Yeah, he was an engineer.
Now
a black engineer.
Well, like now we're back then.
No, back then. Back in his Hillman days, not now.
Because I'm like, they gonna have to let that suit out. I'm being a dick. I'm sorry. That ain't right.
Yeah, man. Like, no. You won't play that game. It's a 1-for-1. It's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we'll see. And we'll see how quickly. How quickly you change your mind about race swapping a random character.
By the way, I'm gonna be. I don't think we should take Tony Stark. I don't think that's fair. I think it has long been established that Tony Stark is a Latin gentleman. So
he's Hispanic. That's right.
Yeah,
he's
Hispanic. We're giving it to the Mexicans.
I apologize. Yeah. I apologize to our cousins over there. No, he's Hispanic. Make him Hispanic, like visibly Hispanic, not like one of these like. No,
I want George Lopez.
Yeah.
That's fine. Totally fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yep, this is cool. That's cool. No, you know, like it's all very silly to me. But so yeah, I think the Blade stuff. I think it's just a matter of them trying to crack this. I forget who they say is writing Blade. I forget the guy's name. I'll have to look up his name. But they do have a new writer for that. They apparently had 4 different scripts. 2 of them were period pieces, and one of them being the Prohibition sort of era. I don't know if you saw that one story that Ryan Coogler came and borrowed some of their costumes or took them because they decided not to do the Prohibition era, and so he took them for Sinners, and they were like, "Yeah, sure, it's fine," like, which is hilarious. So yeah, like, we're all in the family, no big deal. But they finally settled on they're doing a modern take on it. So I hope it comes out soon. They don't have a timeline for Blade, but they do have a timeline for Black Panther 3, which I am very excited for. Spoiler alert, that's coming out after Doomsday. I'm sure of it, because you kind of need a Black Panther for that. So we'll see. They said that they will be tonally malleable, which means they are doing more R-rated stuff. That Punisher special presentation is going to be TVMA, which, yeah, that makes sense. But the way he's going to be played will be tonally very different when he shows up in Spider-Man. Also makes sense. Yeah, they were like, yeah, that's how, we can change things tonally. We do it all the time. That's how you can see Green Goblin building a snowman on Disney Plus Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and then see that same character kill Aunt May in Spider-Man No Way Home. It's like, these are facts. It's true.
I mean, it makes sense to anybody, paying attention.
Yeah. I don't even understand the argument against it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, comics do this all the time. Like,
right.
Somebody will show up in a Deadpool comic and is like a goofball version, and then it is in, Marvel Zombies, and they're just like biting people's necks. Like,
yeah, it's Deadpool, and then Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. Like,
right, those are silly fucking comics. They're dumb. And it's just like, people go, yeah, it's fine. It's a good time. Whatever. Yeah, we talked about the flexibility as far as like scripts and stuff, which I thought was kind of interesting. He does talk about how like reboot is a kind of a dirty word. And it's not necessarily what they're going to be doing, but after Secret Wars is kind of like, it's a bit of a reset. One timeline, bringing everybody together. So whatever's going on with Fantastic Four, whatever's going on with the X-Men, and whatever's going on in the mainline MCU, it's all getting pushed together. Duh. Like, of course. Like, we all knew that. But in case people
this is going to be their crisis, right?
Yeah.
Their crisis on Infinite Earths, right? Like, and you need that because it's out of control at this point, right? Especially with like Phase 4. Phase 4 was the weird gap year where they just did whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then went kind of crazy, and that's why Thunderbolts is kind of a breath of fresh air because it's kind of a return to form, right?
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
Yeah, okay, good. You can have these 2 movies with Doomsday and Secret Wars. You got all your toys, right? You got your last chance to play with them all, right? And then we reset. And I think we spoke about this earlier. I think this is when the X-Men are coming.
Yeah. And
I think you center this era of the MCU. If the other sagas are an era, this is a brand new era after Secret Wars, right? Mm-hmm. And I think you center it around the POV of the X-Men, right?
Yeah.
And you can still, and I think it would be really interesting because he talks about recasting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he understands how difficult it would be for an actor to kind of follow in the footsteps of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans in these roles. But he also brings up the point of like, Sean Connery didn't play James Bond for 50 years.
Yeah.
So, recastings are just kind of a part of life. And, I'm for it, man. it just, you know, sometimes it ain't working with somebody. And, you know, so yeah, recast. But I bring all that to say that if you have this, you can have these characters, you know, the Avengers, the Captain America, Iron Man, and all that. But from the point of view of the X-Men, I think would breathe new life into those Avengers characters, because the X-Men would not see Captain America the way we saw Captain America. Right?
Yeah, that's.
And I think that would be an excellent way to like manufacture this tension, right? Because like depending on how they play it, right? Like if you go with the traditional X-Men, like, you know, I'm here to save you even though you hate me type of thing, right? And to the point where the government hates them, right? Captain America is literally the walking face of the government, right? To them,
right?
To the oppressed
even
people.
if he doesn't believe that, but it doesn't matter what he believes in that perspective.
Right. It doesn't matter what he believes in, but he also has a certain moral code, right? Like the X-Men can be radical, right? And Steve is and Steve Rogers in particular is like, I don't agree with what the government's doing, but I also don't agree with what you're doing. There's a way that we can handle this. And the X-Men could be like, fuck you.
Yeah, eat a dick.
Right? Right. Like, square up, nigga. Like,
who don't want to see that? Who don't want to see that?
I mean,
got a shield?
I mean,
good, I'm gonna put that shit to work. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I got an unbreakable shield. Well, bitch, I got unbeatable eye blasts. Nigga. Like, let's fucking go.
I have a portal to the Punch universe in my head. What are you talking about? Comics.
So yeah, man, I think that if we focus on the X-Men, and you know, the X-Men would see Captain America.
That was very funny. That was a very parent thing you had.
Yeah. I was trying to steamroll through it, but thanks for bringing it up, friend. I think the looking at this new universe through the eyes of the X-Men and looking at our already established characters as members of through that lens, I think that's super interesting, man.
No, it is.
You could do a lot with it, and you could really change, because like, look, the second 2028 gets here and the X-Men are here, the first thing people are going to say is Avengers versus X-Men.
They saying it now. They saying it now.
So
go to their world and just start fighting each other. Why? I don't know. Right. I won't see that shit. Right? Like they are.
Right. Like, and look, we got to build that stuff up, and hopefully we can build to that before I'm retirement age.
Yeah.
But this is also like, if you start with the X-Men, you get a brand new set of fans who this is their MCU. Yeah. This is the thing that they'll be following for 20 years.
Okay. All right. Like, look, all right, now hold on a goddamn minute, because there is a level of, there is something that people like, much like the anti-American like sentiment, right? That we talked about with James Gunn with Superman. Timing matters. Timing matters a lot. Okay. And the MCU blew up in a way that I don't think it could have under different circumstances, right? You're like in a post 9/11 world, people just were like, I want a fucking hero. I want to turn off to save the day type of shit. Like, there have been books written about this. That ain't just my fucking theory.
That's why Spider-Man blew up the way it blew up. It was literally the first blockbuster after 9/11.
Yeah. I mean, remember he swung and fucking hung onto the American flag at the end, and niggas was like fucking saluting in the theater. They're like, right. They did it.
Spider-Man don't do that shit.
Right. Like,
get the fuck out of here.
He's a menace. Okay. Like, get out of here. And they're just like, it's like the Dr. Doom crying in the comics after 9/11.
Right.
None of this makes any sense. Spider-Man's
not trying to take over the world, bro.
Like, he was like, I know, but the towers, man. Like, why are you crying? You've killed millions of people on different planets and universes. You're a lunatic. But 9/11. So So timing matters. Timing matters a lot. If you're talking about the X-Men coming in 2028, most likely, right? Like you're going to see them. They're going to, I'm sure, they're already going to be a big part of Doomsday, right? Because they've already been announced for that. But they're going to be probably like showing up, and you're going to be like, oh shit, Kelsey Grammer, and blah, blah, blah. Like there's going to be that. But there's going to be bigger and bigger shit that happens in Secret Wars, right? Because there's going to be that fucking mega cliffhanger at the end of Doomsday. And then we're all going to be fucking scratching like crack addicts for 2027. So when they are fully realized and the universes are all put together and everything is fucking tight and we know what's going on, 2028, here's the X-Men movie, right? This is their story coming right out of this. That is, timing-wise, you are right at the cusp of an election year. You're at the cusp of potentially, can America recover from what the fuck has been going on the last 4 years? Those things matter. And I know people go, don't make it political. But those things matter. You know, it matters in people's perception. It matters what the economy looks like. It matters in how people feel about life. If there is a team of people who feel hated on and treated like garbage, and then you fucking turn on that trailer and it's like, but they're going to fight for good anyway. And they're going to do these good things anyway. And people are asking like, why do you care? And all this other stuff. And they're doing this shit anyway. That's going to resonate with some people in deeper ways than just like, it's going to resonate more than just cartoons and shit. That's why those things, that's why Black Panther resonated with black folks on a level that's not just the comic books. Like I hated talking to my friends who are not into this shit, who were white, about Black Panther. They were like, I thought it was all right. I'm like, I could give a fuck about your opinion, right? I could give a shit because culturally it wasn't for you. And that's okay, by the way. It's okay. But it touched people in different ways, just like other Marvel movies touch people in other ways, right?
Just like Captain Marvel, again, made $1 billion.
Right. Was it the best movie they've ever done?
No. Not to me. But you talk to Carrie, and she's creaming her pants for that movie. Like
right.
she loves it.
Right. And it talked to her in a very specific way. And that's good. That's a good thing, right? So I think especially what's happening right now, you got a lot of people who feel persecuted, and I would argue it ain't just a feeling, it's a fucking fact, right? And you're going to see those people and their experiences being reflected in that movie. It is naive to believe that they won't. It is naive to believe that. Look what WB put out with Superman. They were like, hey, you got an issue with the Gaza shit? James Gunn is throwing the shit right in your face. Like there is no argument. And WB is run by some of the most craven piece of shit executives in the industry. You think Disney won't fucking throw the X-Men out there as like not just for racial minority rights, but for gay rights, for perhaps at that time, specifically Latinos being persecuted. You don't know what the fuck is going on by the time we get to 2028. We could be in really dire straits in a lot of ways. That hitting at that time could be monumental. It could be. If people even have money because the economy is greater by then. There's also that part of it, right? That's like no bullshit. But it could have a dynamic that people are not expecting. Oh, I really like X-Men. But that movie may speak to people on different levels. Look at that X-Men 97 cartoon. Like, yeah, man. Look, that guy is a fucking weirdo and all this other shit, and all the shit he was doing. But that writing was stellar. Like it was stellar. People were like,
it spoke to people on multiple levels, man. Yeah. And it wasn't just. It's funny, like. Nobody. Remember that speech in the first episode that Magneto gives?
Yep.
I ain't hear nobody talk. I ain't nobody complain about it. Nobody.
Nope.
Because it was a white character that said it.
Yeah.
If Bishop said that shit.
Yeah. X-Men is going to go. Yeah. Or God forbid, a woman. What if Storm said it? Black woman.
Yeah.
With an accent, get out of here. So yeah, I think there is a very high chance that it's not just that is popular, but that is going to really resonate with people in a way that I don't think people realize. I don't. So good. I look forward to it. I really do. I'll be 100 years old by that point. So good for me, I guess. 40.
Yeah. I'll be on AARP, or maybe not. Who knows?
I have an AARP.
I'll still be working. My son was like, I'm an older father, right? We're older dads, and
Jesus Christ, my daughter will be almost 10.
yeah, bro. And my father, my son was like, man, you're almost 70. I'm like, shut up. Like, no, I'm not.
Yo, I'll clothesline you. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. He's like, well, when do you stop working? At 70? And I'm like, probably not.
They don't let you stop working anymore. That's not how this works. That's you and your goddamn brother. You're eating all the food. Get a job. Yeah, our kids will be like 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah, which is the perfect. Look, for me, it's perfect, right? Because I got the perfect excuse to, not that I need one, but I got the perfect excuse to walk into a theater with them and just geek the fuck out.
Yeah. Dad, why are you crying? I'm crying because you look like you're having a good time. Not because of me. I've waited 30 years for this. Those movies started in 2008. Jesus Christ. We'll be watching these movies for 20 years, dude. At that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took 20 years.
And that's the thing.
That's wild.
And that's the thing, right? Like, it took 20 years. 20 years, I think, is good for a hard reset or reboot or whatever.
I think it's okay. Right? I think it's okay. It's totally fine, guys.
I think it's okay.
They can't recast these characters. Yes, the fuck they can. The actors are all over 50. Yeah, they can.
Right. And it's the perfect time for, and like I said, a whole brand new generation of kids are going to be like into this stuff. And that's the perfect age, right? 8, 9, 10 to just kind of get a kid into this stuff.
My nephew, who you know, who is now in med school, which is fucking crazy, but he said he started watching. He saw Iron Man, I think, at 12. I'm like, yo, yeah, that's the perfect age. Like, that's where he still messages me. I mean, this guy is in like med school. He's like, did you see the trailer for whatever? Like, I'm like, shouldn't you be like reading up on gallbladders? He's like, this shit's lit. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Because it's like everything about his childhood is in that universe, which is dope. That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Is there
can we skip the WTF section because I'm losing my voice?
All right, that's cool. All right, we'll keep those stories for next week. All right, trailers this week. Yeah. Would you like to go? Would you like to handle this one? Mortal Kombat 2? Come on, man. This shit looks. This got people in it. It's got just a trailer.
Look, it does look better than the first one.
Uno mas.
But one that's not a high bar to clear. I do like they're doing what they should have did with the first movie, and having Johnny Cage be the POV character that the audience follows.
I don't understand why they didn't do that in the beginning.
Whatever the hell that guy's name was, he's in this movie.
Yeah, he's in.
Like,
why?
I'm like, what? Stop trying to make Cole happen.
Right.
Like but and it looks like they're actually going to have the fighting tournament in the Mortal Kombat movie because they didn't have it in the first one. But I will see this because I saw the first movie, right? And but I saw it on streaming, right? It was one of those things where it was like, oh, we got this new streaming service, we got to get it up off the ground. Put this Mortal Kombat movie in, nobody's going to care about it. And because the movie wasn't horseshit, then they're like, oh, well, okay, like, let's just do it. No, it just wasn't horseshit. But,
if you say so.
but enough people saw it and they were like, okay, let's do another one. But this is not a movie that I feel like needs to be in theaters. I would be very curious.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I'm not saying this movie doesn't need to be made. I'm saying this movie doesn't need to be only in theaters. I think you're biting a little more than you can chew.
What's the budget on this? Because this feels like, do you think people are going to go to the theater to like to really see this?
Depending on it comes out around Halloween, so probably. Mortal Kombat has like a lot of killing and death and stuff like that. Maybe it'll be like a big Halloween movie.
That's very possible. That's okay. Now this is directed.
It comes out a week before Halloween.
Yeah. So, oh wow. So this guy had never directed a movie before until he directed the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
He's the same guy is directing this that directed the first one. Simon McQuad. Okay, that's cool. That's not good. The writer worked on Fantastic Four Stick, Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire, Death Note.
I heard that wasn't great.
The Netflix one
wasn't great. Yeah.
Okay. He also did the Umbrella Academy as well for Netflix.
All right. I mean, that got,
I heard those okay.
That got there eventually.
He was a head writer on Moon Knight. So, okay.
For 2 episodes.
Oh, just 2 episodes? Okay. Well, I didn't think that show was that great, but it had some good fight scenes.
Look, man, this is going to give the people that want this is going to give them everything they want, right?
That feels correct.
They have Raiden in his most traditional looking outfit with the white with the blue sash, right? Instead of whatever rags they'd had him wearing. They have the characters looking like the characters. Like, that's all that these people want. They got my man Baraka looking fucking ridiculous, man.
Why does he have like a regular American accent? And shouldn't he be growling or something?
I don't like the effect of his mouth. Like the effect on his mouth looks ridiculous. And I'm not just saying that no, I'm not talking about the character. I'm talking about the way it's animated, right? Like, yeah. Baraka is a very cool looking monster character, but the way they have him animating his mouth when he talks, it looks like it's like a rubber mask made of CG.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
It looks horrible, but he's doing his down back one or whatever. So whatever. And I was looking at this, and I read the comments on some of these trailers. And one of the first ones was, "Why is Jade bald?" Because that's all that people care about, right? Like, this poor actress,
Tati Gabrielle.
Yeah, this poor actress is she's about to get a lot of shit because she was in The Last of Us for a couple episodes.
Yep, she was on the show
she was on, and she's in this, and she's about to be in a Naughty Dog game, and people just cannot get over the fact that a woman can have close crop short hair.
I dated a girl with a shaved head.
I don't. Were you? Did you feel gay?
No, she
was doing it.
It was fine.
Because apparently,
just grip the back. I'm just kidding.
That's I mean, like that's what ears are for. You know what I mean? Like, just
they have a throat. It's fine. I'm being an asshole. I'm just kidding. No, I dated a woman. She said whatever. Like, she just buzzed it.
But that's what the fans of this shit care about. Like, why doesn't she look like?
Yeah.
Like, and look, I get it. No, I get it. Like, I'm not throwing stones.
No. No. What I'm saying is, I also saw complaints that she was brown and not white, and I was like, that's weird because as someone pointed out, like
Jade's not.
she's been a lot of different. Like they were like the people who make Mortal Kombat don't even know what Jade's supposed to look like. Like they showed that she changes like shades of color over the years. Like her looks are so wildly different. They're like, well, she should look like the character. Well, that's what she looks like as a person. The company cast her. Why are you mad at her?
Yeah, man.
She ain't changed her look for the movie. That's what she looks like. That's what she looked like in The Last of Us.
Yeah,
by the way, spoiler alert, she's super fine. I don't. I saw apparently. Shout out to Tiara from Black and Black Cinema. She was like, people who were fans of the show, you were like, she's the ugliest woman that's ever been on that show. I was like, those people are racist. Like, yeah, you're just a racist.
Ugly.
Yeah. What the fuck?
All right, bro.
Look. Look, I guess my eyes are different than y'all because y'all hate women. Like, I don't. I do not. Tatiana Gabrielle is very good looking. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't care. People don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Like,
ugly.
You just be saying shit. Like, say it at this point.
I mean, I'm not a fan of this. Whatever the fuck's going on with her blonde eyebrows in this one picture, I don't like that. But ugly? Nah, you niggas are fucking wild. Nah.
If you think she's ugly, you're attracted to men, and that's perfectly fine.
I mean,
it is. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no,
it's just how I see it.
Oh, she was in Uncharted. I didn't see that movie, but wow, she looks great. Again, that hairstyle, I'm not a huge fan of, but I prefer you just shave it. No, but she's super fun.
Look, this movie, I'll see it when it hits HBO Max.
100%. This is me while I'm working on my laptop and it's playing on this TV.
Oh yeah.
They're doing the spin kicks again. Great, awesome. Yeah, I don't like care.
Carl Urban isn't even like giving it his all with the accent either.
Nah, he phoned.
I don't have transformer arms. Like, yo, come on, yo. Like I've heard you do a better American accent than that, bro. Like, what are we doing? But HBO Max. That's what this needs to be on.
At best. Also, Scorpion again is going to steal the show because he just looks cool as shit.
Also, this movie has
the Sub-Zero Scorpion thing in the beginning that was so fucking perfect. I don't know how. I was like, oh my god, they made a prestige Mortal Kombat movie, and then the movie went on. I was like, they did not.
This movie has the fucking nerve, to be shot on IMAX cameras.
For what? Okay. I can't wait. I mean, I can wait until streaming, but I can't wait to see it on streaming.
Yeah, I can wait. I'm very curious to see what the box office for this is going to be.
This is your Resident Evil, man. Like this movie is going to cost $9, and it's going to make so much money.
Yeah, please let Johnny Cage do the nut punch. Like, that's all people care about, yo. Like,
I mean, in fairness, I would be pissed off if they don't show him do it. Like, he's got to do the little lobbing, like, here's a little fucking, there's like a little ball of energy. Like, do that, and then fucking the nut punch. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh shit.
Good God.
Hiroyuki Sanada's accent sounds very much like Ed Boon when he sells "Get Over Here."
Yeah. Funny that they couldn't even let the man say it so that it would be his. They're like, nope, from the game.
From the game.
Just pipe that shit in. Like, we ain't here to make a real movie. We're here to sell merchandise. Like,
I get it. Look, it's tradition, right? Like, that's Ed Boon's voice, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat. That's his voice. I get it. Tradition or whatever. But like,
that's dumb.
You couldn't give that one up, Ed. You couldn't give that one up. But yeah, look. I don't mean to shit on your movie if you are really looking forward to this. Look, I'm throwing stones. I'm gonna watch this. I'm just not gonna watch it in the theater.
Yeah, that's it. Like, look, I can't wait for that silly ass Street Fighter movie. I think it's gonna probably be a goddamn mess. I can't wait.
Oh my god! Look. I saw something. A quote Mortal Kombat is something you play when you're not good at Street Fighter, which
okay, that's really funny and probably true.
As a Street Fighter snob, I found that to be hysterical and accurate.
That's funny.
But at the same time, like, I can admit when a movie looks like fucking garbage or sounds like it's going to be like garbage.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're thinking about casting Cody Rhodes as Guile is all the proof I need that this movie is not going to do well. Sonic boom. Sonic boom.
Oh.
Sonic boom.
It's going to be great. Yeah, I can't believe that movie's happening, to be honest. Last but certainly not least, Predator Badlands. This looks like a whole lot of fun. I think this looks really cool. This is great. Elle Fanning and Demetrius Schuster Kolomatangi are co-starring in this. It's set in the future on a remote planet where the young Predator, outcast from his clan, finds an unlikely ally and embarks on a treacherous journey in search of the ultimate adversary. And this is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey, obviously. Yeah, this looks fun. It looks like it's going to be violent, plenty of blood and guts, and Elle Fanning, like a half an Elle Fanning hanging out, being dragged around. Cool. Sounds dope.
Yeah, it's a Predator buddy cop movie, yo. Like,
yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm here for a Predator protagonist. I'm here for, because everyone loves like the Yautja or the Predator or whatever you want to call it, because it's a cool looking movie monster, and everybody secretly like wants the Predator to like kill these folks, right?
Right.
Like, you want to see the perseverance or whatever, but like you kind of want to root for the Predators, right?
Yeah.
And which is why they're the antagonist, why they're the protagonists in the AVP movies, right? Because like nobody gives a shit about the fucking xenomorphs.
No. You just want to,
but yeah, you just want to see them do cool shit and try to like eat women with their baby mouths, right? But this looks like it's going deeper into like Predator lore, which I'm not like a Predator lore person. I just want to see cool looking monsters do cool shit,
right?
And that looks like what I'm going to get. And look, Dan Trachtenberg, from what I've seen, he don't miss. He's a younger guy, not younger guy, but like he's around maybe a little younger than us. So he kind of grew up with all this stuff. So he kind of gets it. And he's got a good, like, his Portal film was his short film was received very well. And I didn't see that Cloverfield movie, but I'm told it was pretty good.
Oh, that he did the second one. Yeah, that was like it was a bottle film. That was very good with John Goodman, I believe. It's excellent, actually. Yeah, it's very good.
So, yeah, man. The only thing knocking him is that he's from fucking Philadelphia.
I mean, we can't all be perfect.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Sorry about your damn luck. But look, he's done 4 feature films. 3 of them are Predator movies. Let this one come out, then I'm very curious to see what else he does. Yeah,
I don't want him to get pigeonholed into this franchise only. I want him to try to expand out. I know Prey 2 is happening, which is cool, which he's directing as well. I mean, this is his shit. Like, he really, really enjoys it. I mean, that series that they did was really fun as well. Killer of Killers. That was really cool. I know some people didn't like the design of the Predator in this. It's fine for me. They're supposed to be young.
Yeah, because normally I don't like. Yeah, normally I don't like doing that, right? But like, if you don't like the way this Predator is designed, it's because you're a racist, and I don't like doing that. But I've seen like people with the memes and like have the Predator with like a blowout afro and shit like that, and it's because this Predator literally has dark skin. That's why that racism is so fucking stupid, bro.
Yeah,
like
it makes no sense. It's like oh no, like I no, I don't like it for this other reason. Like, no, it's a very weird, specific reason. You're just being a cowardly piece of shit, and that's why you won't say it. Like, it is obvious.
Every single Predator has locks. Every single one of them.
They've almost all been played by black people, by the way. Like,
right, but this one is the one that like nobody had a problem with it before. All right, yo. All right. It's just that we live in this weird fucking time where white people think that the word woke means racism against white people, and we are at a point where AI is coming in, so people don't have to think about anything. They're using ChatGPT as Google. They're not doing any type of research. Like they don't think for themselves.
They don't even use Google anymore.
They don't even use Google. Right. That's what I'm saying. All right.
No, but it is very weird. Like, I have a problem with this. Why? Like, right. Now it's not even black people. It's aliens who might be the same color as people of color, like on Earth. Like, I'm from a warrior planet. We don't even speak English. Like, close enough. I guess they got the woke mind virus out there too. What the fuck are you talking about? But when you say this to them, they go, no, see, you see that. I'm like, no, it's because I'm reading your comments. Like, I'm reading your comments. Like, I'm not making it up. You're literally insane. All I can think is, oh, the Predator looks a bit different because he's young. Like, that's all I thought.
I didn't know Michelle Obama was in this movie. That's a comment. That's a comment on this YouTube video.
Right. See?
Like, what the fuck, yo? Like,
yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, we're not making it up.
I'm not making it up, yo. I'm really not.
This is what, and look, I'll be quite honest with you. This is what dumb white people who couldn't fucking, write their way out of a paper bag. This is the shit they write. And this platform, YouTube, doesn't require reading. That's why you have the dumbest comments on the internet.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah.
Like,
it would be like us watching this trailer and being like, you know what my favorite part is? That there's only half a white woman in it. Which is
right.
What the fuck? Why? Like, I don't have a problem with Elle Fanning. She looks like she's having fun in this movie. Cool. You're going to be hanging out, like C-3PO style on the Predator's back, and you're going to be kicking ass. She literally, like, throws her little half body and, like, tackles a dude. Cool. All right. I don't care that white people are in movies. It does not bother me. I've been watching movies with white people starring in them my entire life, and up until, like, 19 minutes ago, people of color have largely been in leads in like half the movies. And then people just lost their fucking minds, which I just don't understand. We're getting like some of the coolest shit over the last number of years, and you motherfuckers are complaining about shit like that. It's very weird. It's very weird.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, I actively try to avoid this shit, and it's just like, but sometimes I can't. Sometimes as soon as I dip into the comments, like, I'm really excited for this. I wonder if everyone else is. And then it's just, I didn't know Michelle Obama was in this movie. All right, yo.
Yeah, do us a favor. Go walk into traffic.
Just right. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but I think this looks cool. It's, by the way, it's a solid connection, not just what it has always been, is kind of like the Alien and Predator franchise outside of like AVP is like, they've been sort of tangentially playing around as if they're like, oh, they could be like right there. Like, it's just straight up, right? Like, it's all out in the open. And I know people would say, well, obviously the AVP movies, but people largely just try not to think about those movies like as just, they're bad and let's pretend they're not in canon. Where here's the guy who is just handling the entire franchise, and his second biggest thing in the franchise is like Predators and fucking, the cyborgs or whatever, or the robots from Aliens they just exist in this. And also, they're not fighting a xenomorph. Like, they're having an adventure outside of that, which is very cool. I like that. You don't have to actually mix those two franchises in the same way they've been mixed before. So I appreciate that. And also, Killer of Killers kind of made me super interested to see what the Predator homeworld is like. And you're clearly getting other Predators in this, which is kind of fun too.
Yeah.
I look forward to that. We got a little bit of that in that Sterling K. Brown Predators movie, but it wasn't good.
The movie was stupid, man.
It was. I had a blast with it. I laughed the entire time. It's like, oh, is this a comedy? They did a great job.
You had an Iron Man Predator suit,
Yeah, no,
Iron Man style, a Yautja exosuit. Like, all right, man. All right.
Why? Why would you do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Complete with the locks. Like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I always thought it made way more sense to just be like, we clone Dutch. Like, that would have been kind of cool. Like, oh shit. Like, and then he opens his eyes or something. It's like, oh, that would have been fun. And then never follow up on it. But like, that could have been fun. But no, that's not what they did. They did a Iron Man style Predator suit because fuck it, why not? All right, but I am looking forward to Predator Badlands. That looks really cool.
I am too.
Yeah, this looks really cool. All right, that is it for us. Any other parting words here, sir?
Look, I the MCU. Come on, man. Like, give it to me. Give it to me. Give me a hint. Give me a tease. I'll know if a tease is there because literally everyone who knows me on social media is probably gonna blow my fucking phone up.
Nigga, just delete that app from your phone. Right. Nope. No. But, look, I got into Superman with no spoilers. I am like shut down. Like that.
Right. Look, if you're listening to this, please don't give me your review. Please don't be like, I think you're especially gonna love it. Don't give me that.
Yeah,
don't
shut up. No, shut up. No,
don't give me none of that. Okay. Look, and look, I'm gonna be critical of this movie. I'm gonna be hyper critical. Like I'm excited, but I've been burned, man. I've been burned to the point where I spat on a goddamn movie poster in public. Because I was so pissed. I was pissed about Fan 4 Stick. So I'm gonna view this movie with a much more critical eye. And we'll see, man. We'll see. But like, give me a little bit. Give me a little bit.
I hope they give you nothing. I hope it's nothing. I hope it's like the movie ends, there's post credits, and it's just like going, good night, everybody, and just walk off. That's why I want you to wait 15 minutes for him to be like, there's nothing. It's the Ferris Bueller ending, like, you're still here? Or like Donald Trump, like, you guys are still talking about Dr. Doom? Dr. Doom, like, let's talk about that. Yeah, no, that's what I want. I want absolutely, I hope they give you nothing. I do. I hope they give you nothing. That would be my favorite outcome of this. That being said, I'm super hyped, and I hope they do. I hope I'm wrong, because I would love for them to just be like, just look, perfect Dr. Doom introduction. Just a slow pan, and it just kind of pans around, and you just see a guy sitting on a throne, or you see, they kind of show a throne, and you see that fucking gloved hand just like come down on the armrest. Credits. That's it. I don't even want to hear the voice. Maybe a little bit of the voice. I don't need it. I don't need them yelling "read." I don't need any of that. Just show me that.
If I could get a Richards, it don't even have to scream. It could just be like Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, all right. Just let me just. Can I put the tip in? Tip.
Because if that happens, you're just like, when is Doomsday coming out? Like, show me him. Show it to me. Like, but I think just like, if you're gonna do a tease, like, just give people a little bit and just let them go fucking hog wild.
I don't mean to sound sleazy, but tease me, okay? Like do it. Like, do it. Like, that's all I need. I just need a little something. I just need a little hit. And that's gonna carry me through to next year.
Mike is gonna have a printout from a screen cap of it. Like, look, I saw his hand. It was amazing.
I got my family on my phone now. Nope, it'll be whatever it is. Whatever it is. If it's a green cloth, right? If it's a glint of the mask, whatever it is, it's going to be on my phone. That's it.
There you go. Look, I and then we'll get out of here. My favorite tease of all time is not actually in the movie, but when there was the run up to The Dark Knight. Do you remember they put out that teaser trailer that was just audio and it slowly revealed, it was like explosions, and it slowly revealed the Batman emblem, and it was the Joker talking, and everyone was like, that voice is too good. And like everyone was like, oh my God. Like they could not fucking believe it. That's what I want. Something like that. Just like, you don't gotta show me nothing. If I could hear the voice or like see a little something, like just a little bit, that's enough for me. That would be so fun.
That's it. Just a tip.
Stop saying that, for the love of God.
Just a metal tip.
I mean, some people are into that. All right, that is it for us. I was going to say something very rude. All right, that's it for us. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.